what up, guys? Gabe the Bronx Legend here. I want to welcome you to Interview Breakdown, where we delve into interviews and break them down. Today's episode is Funk Flex and Irv Gotti at 97, New York City on June 12, 2017. This is before the whole Drinks Champs and everything. It's about a 40-minute part of a 2-hour interview that we're going to listen to. I'll get feedback here and there, but let's start this off.
So, but he felt, and it was an ego thing. It was an ego thing. And I'm going to tell you this also. Steve Gottlieb, in my opinion, felt a little way because I brought Jay-Z and Rockefeller up to TVT.
He passed.
I brought DMX and Rough Riders up to TVT, and he already had Ja Rule. So everything that he didn't do with me, I went to Leo and grossed it like $1 billion. So he was a little salty with that. He said I had Gotti and all of those acts that he brought them all to me, and he passed. But I said, yo, look in the mirror, dog.
Wait a minute.
But I'm glad he did that because I don't think it would have happened.
It would have been different.
Absolutely.
How did you bring up Jay-Z? I forgot.
Well, if you think about that, that's absolutely true. Like, I mean, Irv Gotti was huge in the early 2000s, late 90s. He was big with Jay-Z, DMX. I know they had a little fallout afterwards, the whole Ja Rule and DMX beef, but at the end of the day, if you had an opportunity to sign all of them, which if you go back, the original Murder Inc. was Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, and Mike Geronimo. Now, at that time, Mike Geronimo was the hottest one of them all. But history shows DMX, Jay-Z, and Ja Rule's careers went a lot further than Mike Geronimo's due to beef with Irv Gotti and Mike Geronimo. That's what led to that original Murder Inc. I think it was Murder Inc. or Murder Click done. So fast forward, Irv was cool with Jay. Irv was cool with DMX. They were both up and coming artists. They didn't have a label, and he took Jay-Z, DMX to TVT and didn't get signed. He had Ja Rule, but he gave up Ja Rule. They get a little bit more into that in the interview, but let's keep listening. They're about to discuss the Jay-Z and how Jay-Z got involved.
Jay-Z was Rockefeller, Freeze. For people who don't know what Freeze is, that's Sleeping Bag Records, which is EPMD, Nice and Smooth. Freeze. And then Priority. Yes. Nuts and nervous in the beginning. But everybody did the thing.
It was just a distribution deal.
What did?
That's why he was the hottest. He was the hottest artist.
After what was his name?
Will
Sokoloff. Will Sokoloff. What did Will get paid to stand down? Because I felt like he got a check.
I don't know. I don't think he got anything. I think Brian Turner took the money. Priority.
Okay.
Because they was the one that was distributing, and they was the one like that. Freeze really had nothing to do with it, really. Because it was a distribution deal.
So where did Freeze even come into?
I think that guy Will, and he knew Dame or something. He knew Dame or something, and that's
Will
how
had a good understanding of the independent market, though.
Yeah, he was. Will Sokoloff was a guy. He was a guy. He was running around.
I'm gonna tell you, because Will Sokoloff, I remember EPMD ringing in the streets, and I.
EPMD, Eric Sermon, Lance Parrish, they were hot. Hey, Solo, if I'm not mistaken, his name was, they were hot. And Eric Sermon had Jay-Z under his wing with Clark Kent, if I'm not mistaken. That's how Biggie and Jay-Z became cool, because of Clark Kent.
I used to carry Chuck's records, and we would go to Sleeping Bag Records. New York, and I'm gonna tell you, there was no motherfucking label more hip hop
than Sleeping Bag.
Sleeping Bag Records. With Eric Sermon in there running around. Just Ice was beating people up. It was so crazy. It was so street. Yo, when you wore a sleeping bag jacket in them streets,
it was authentic.
You was so fucking official. Oh my God. Yo. It was on the street. Yo, what was it? I remember the address is something Broadway.
Yeah.
I don't. It was nuts, man. Oh my God.
There was a few though back then. Nervous was fucking crazy.
Not to take anything away from the purple Def Jam jacket.
The purple.
Before there was distribution, and you wore that purple leather, you used to tell niggas, "Yo, go fuck yourself, nigga." you said the fuck I'm wearing, nigga. Nigga, I don't even know you.
He said the Def Jam jackets was made.
And then when
the purple one was crazy.
When you wore a jacket back then in a different borough, it meant, nigga, not only do I know Russell Simmons possibly, nigga, he might be fucking your girl.
He could have. It's a slight 50-50. It's a 50-50 shot.
Oh.
Yo, Russell Simmons was owning hip hop at that time, and yeah, we're gonna have to post the pictures up of the purple jacket.
Oh, the hottest jacket. Yo, them jackets was so mean.
Yeah,
but
man.
To Will Sokoloff, I mean, he built a great brand. That sleeping bag brand was amazing, and I did like that Jay was running with him. I did like it because it felt some sort of tradition. I liked it.
I mean, it was a distribution deal though. They had nothing to do with it.
They was just there to
They had nothing to do with it. They just got to priority. From my understanding, they was the connect to priority to get them to distribute so they could be in all the stores, and it's a good Priority Records had a good distribution.
Now that ain't no nigga. If I remember this right, Jay and Dame got slick. That record went on to a soundtrack.
I can give you that
and
story.
And then they eased into the building.
No, I can give you
right?
that
Was
story.
that what happened?
Here's the story.
All right.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're about to break down how Ain't No came about, which was Jay's first biggest single. It was off the Nutty Professor soundtrack. So they're about to delve into that part of the story.
I did my little radio thing. I knew everyone from, like, say, Boston to D.C. The record was banging from Boston to D.C. It had, like, maybe 500 spins. Mm-hmm. And I looked at the guys and I said, that's about it. I don't know how to maneuver outside of this thing when we're banging here. So I told them, I said, hey, Kevin Liles is regarded as the best radio promo guy in the business. Bribe him. Mm-hmm. See if you can't give him a bag and fucking see if he'll work the record.
And who was the other guy that was at Def Jam that passed away? He was behind the Def Jam radio machine. Remember, he passed away.
Wes Johnson.
Yeah,
Wes was...
You always want to build up to Wes, right?
Yeah, Wes was the big guy.
Yeah.
You wanted to get to Wes because when Wes kicked in, your record went.
You used to say that. I was on Def Jam Records. The question always was, where does this have to go for Wes Johnson?
Right. So Kevin Liles does not take he doesn't bite at the bit. You know, he doesn't take the thing, but he said, hey, I have a Nutty Professor soundtrack. Give me the record for the soundtrack. I'll give you some money for the video. And now I could officially work the record because it's on the Nutty Professor soundtrack. He gives him the record. We shoot the video with Big. R.I.P. Big. I miss him. You know what I'm saying? He was big. We had a bunch of fun. He got Jay high. You know what I'm saying? He got Jay because Jay don't really smoke weed. So Big got a thing. And he was like, I got you. And Jay was paranoid. He was like looking around. And we just had a great time. It was just a really, really, that's really good memories of the game, that Ain't No Nigga video. So boom. Kev takes the record from 500 spins to like 4,000 spins. And now it's like a national hit and Rockefeller is off the charts. And you
rolling.
Know, right. And that's when Leo came to me and Leo wanted me to be an A&R director and everything. But it was a smart move. They had their eye on Jay and Dame, and Jay and Dame coordinated the label deal.
What did Jay-Z and Dame dash for that first project? Because it was just Jay-Z in the beginning. What was the budget on that? Roughly.
The first budget on Reasonable Doubt?
No, yeah, when they come to Def Jam.
Oh, when they come to Def Jam.
First,
it was a 7-figure budget.
750,000. Because
No, it was a 7-figure.
7 figures, so over $1 million.
Yeah, he was hot, yo.
Oh, over $1 million. Now this is before.
Well, Jay-Z did come to Def Jam for In My Lifetime Volume 1. That was the first album. So I think Irv is kind of confusing it there. Reasonable Doubt was dropped under Priority Records. So yeah, he's I think he's getting a little bit confused there, but you know, he was right though. Jay was hot after Reasonable Doubt. That led to a 7-figure deal with Def Jam, a partnership deal, and the rest is history, man. Let's keep listening.
This nigga in the streets, Flex.
But this is before, so this is Reasonable Doubt album's out.
It's out.
It's out. It's in the streets selling.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he has it right. It's Flex that's kind of messing it up there.
And then, which was an album that wasn't appreciated till later. Reasonable Doubt, at the time when it was out,
Right.
I feel like it wasn't 100% appreciated. But as it went a couple
I
years,
disagree, Flex.
you know, I'm gonna tell you why though.
I was his
Nah, I'ma
DJ
tell you
then,
why,
and we was
Irv.
touching every town. And listen,
Because
they knew the whole
that Nas album.
Nas album was like 2 years before.
Look, yo, Gotti went like this.
No, but the Nas album, you
What was
talking
the
about
Nas
Illmatic.
That was the bar. That was the bar.
Yes,
That was the bar. Illmatic was the
is
bar.
ridiculous. There's nothing. Illmatic. Listen, Illmatic to me, that's an album that changed hip hop because he took it from Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, but he took it to another street level shit that they wasn't talking about.
Now I always felt.
Now, if you think about this, they're discussing the history of hip hop. Illmatic, to me, also I do believe it did change hip hop. But at the time that Illmatic dropped, Ready to Die kind of came out too. It was a completely different style that Biggie had, where Nas was a lyrical genius and Big just was under the Puffy regime. So you already know it was a little different, but to hear Irv Gotti break down history right now is pretty cool. Keep listening.
Like, you know, that was what everybody was always. The question was whether that was better. That at the time when that album.
They're both classics, Flex.
Now I gotta put you on the spot. Irv, which album was better?
They're both classics.
Irv!
No, they're both classics.
No. Which one? Look.
I love both albums. I'm being honest.
You don't think anyone's better?
Like I helped make Reasonable Doubt, yo. Like I made Can I Live, my nigga. Like
no.
Like I
Undisputed, which cap.
Interesting. He said he made Can I Live. Now, Can I Live is the same beat that was used by Ashanti in Rain on Me. So to now know that Irv Gotti had his hand on both, that beat, it's wow. I didn't know that he produced Can I Live, and Can I Live it's one of those sleepers that people, you know, have never heard because, you know, they didn't listen to Jay-Z albums. It wasn't Jay-Z's singles, but I mean, if you listen to it, that beat, and even Ashanti killed it with Rain on Me.
That was cap.
I made Can I Live with Home, nigga. Like regrets.
No,
regrets.
no.
Regrets to this day is still
Gotti.
like my favorite record.
Gotti, I understand and I am listening to you. I need to know to you as a hip hop. No, keep looking at me, Irv.
Listen,
no,
you can't make me choose.
On this. No.
You can't make me choose, Flex. I like them
Gotti,
equally.
wait a minute.
If I let
Regrets, another damn classic. Like, you gotta learn to live with regrets.
You're gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna give it to Reasonable Doubt.
No,
You're gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna say Reasonable Doubt. Nigga, Brooklyn's finest.
Yo, what? Nas's first album or Jay?
I mean, we might do a video breaking down which one was better. I mean, honestly, if as much as I love Illmatic, when you talk about first albums, Illmatic would probably be my number 3 or 4 behind. I think the best, and I'm definitely gonna do a video on it. The greatest to me first album by a single artist would have to be 50 Cent with Get Rich or Die Trying. Second, I would have to put Reasonable Doubt. Third, Ready to Die. Fourth, Illmatic. And fifth, for number one albums, I mean, you can't really put Puff in there because Puff's first album was, oof. Maybe Capital Punishment, Big Pun. I mean, I'm not, big on Down South and well, actually The Chronic. Yeah, The Chronic to me rounds out number 5. Yeah. So it's for me is Get Rich or Die Trying, Reasonable Doubt, Ready to Die, Illmatic, and The Chronic. And as much as I love Illmatic and I do think it changed hip hop, still that Get Rich or Die Trying album, 50 Cent was some shit that at that time. And Reasonable Doubt, if you go song for song, the beats are different, the lyrics are different, the storytelling is different. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, I got it as number 2, and I got it better than Illmatic. Continue.
AZ's, which one do you feel now? When we say better, we got to be specific.
I'm giving Nas the nod that album changed hip hop.
Here, I want to say something.
Nas's album brings forth Ready to Die.
Now, hey, wait.
But the first nigga to spit the way Nas spit was Nas.
Wait. I want to first say the reason why we're having this discussion is because there are no 2 other albums that anybody, I don't give a who the fuck you are, could be talked about in this realm. And
I disagree personally, but yeah, Illmatic was crazy.
When we're saying this Nas and Jay-Z, we're saying over fucking everything. I want that to be understood. We ain't just talking local. We talking bars and like that's it.
I love this guy.
We ain't at Wu-Tang. we ain't at all any of
36 Chambers.
Great. There was a great album.
Like as far as RZA and his production, that's a game changer.
And I love Tribe. I love RZA. And I'm gonna say today, but the bar is that Nas album and that Jay-Z album. So I want to know that I want to set the tone so we're not just talking about we're not talking to be talking, Irv. We're talking about history.
Yes.
Now I'm back at that album. Look, he's like he won't. Yo. Wait, when that album dropped, because I want to be. I can say for myself.
Record for record.
No,
like,
I always felt it didn't get the just due.
Who's?
At the time, Jay's at the time, like it drops this week. Like let's just say it dropped. When it dropped,
Nas's album, if you want to talk like that, really didn't get the just due either. Nas's album just went platinum. That album should have sold crazy.
Now, was there any type of basis or creativity on that Reasonable Doubt based on that Nas album?
No.
Oh!
No, it wasn't. I'm telling you. If anything, hold it. It wasn't. No. I'm gonna tell you because
No.
Listen to me.
Let's stay specific.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with Irv. There's a lot of rumors out there that Jay stole Nas's style and, this, that, the other. I think it's, Jay just developed a better flow and it worked for him. But when you think about this, the Nas second album, it was written, actually changed up to match Jay's Reasonable Doubt more than Reasonable Doubt matched Illmatic.
Listen to me.
Zero.
You know why? In a crazy way, Nas wasn't the top dog, nigga. It was big.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes.
It was big, nigga.
Wait. No,
At the time, Big outsold the nigga.
Hold on, wait,
hey,
Biggie,
listen.
I don't know. Faith, I don't want nobody getting mad at me, but that first Biggie album was not that Nas album. No way.
Disagree. I still got Ready to Die in front of Illmatic personally. Now maybe I was in a different mindset back then. I liked the partying a little bit more than I do now. But Ready to Die was definitely a party record. It was a better beats to it, where Nas's was more of a lyrical album. I loved Illmatic. I think Illmatic was fire. But yeah, no. I think Flex is going a little off here, and I'm sorry. Illmatic was not better than the Enter the 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. I mean, I'm going with solo artists. And that list you also got to put into Cal too. To Cal, yeah, on some next level shit, but it wasn't better than Illmatic. I might even have to Cal over Big Pun's Capital Punishment. So yeah, I think I just made a switch. The Cal was crazy, but yeah, I think Flex is bugging a little bit here. Ready to Die was better to me than than Illmatic, and on top of that, Irv is right. Big was a top dog at the time. Remember, this is 92, 93. Biggie was starting to flame up. Nas was, with the whole Back to the Grill Again, MC Search crew. He just finished making a name for himself and dropping that album. But yeah, Big was top dog at the time. It was Big and Wu-Tang.
No, I won't.
I could feel you on that.
I'm gonna tell you reason being.
I could feel you on that. But
One More Chance was a remix.
Him.
Who Shot You was an add-on.
Right.
One More Chance was a remix.
If One More Chance
was a remix add-on, Who Shot You was an add-on.
If they was on the album, then it's a different story.
And the album was sitting a little until One More Chance cooked up.
I mean, honestly, Craig Mack was hotter than Big when he first came out.
Yes.
It's just that we seen Big was like, oh shit.
Now,
you understand?
Back to this Nas album.
I'm telling you the real shit.
Nothing was based on the Unreasonable Doubt. Nothing.
Listen, I'm gonna give you the mindset of us back then. The mindset of us back then is, we want to be the top motherfuckers. Absolutely. And Nas was not. Nas was respected. Lyrically, he was respected. But at the time of Reasonable Doubt, nigga, it was Big. He had the crown. Yes. He was the fucking king of New York. So we wasn't thinking about...
Not that drug talk. That drug that Nas had the great... He had the bar.
Listen, can I tell you something?
All right, you know why can I tell you something? How about this story then? Didn't Hov call Nas?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. No,
wait.
Here's what I know. Nas
the
was
tech on the dresser.
Listen,
where's that come from?
I don't know about that.
All right.
All I know is Nas, I think he wanted Nas on Can I Live.
Made sense. Get it.
And Nas didn't show up.
Okay.
So then he did the second verse. You understand? But what I'm saying to you... That
would have been an amazing record.
It would have been off the hook. But what I'm explaining to you...
I'll take a Nas verse from that on that song tomorrow.
You take it right now.
Right now.
You'll spin it like it was fresh. Right.
Came out
I got
this morning.
you. But what I'm saying to you is I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
Nas wasn't the one.
I know, man, but you're going commercial
Nas wasn't
success.
the one.
You're saying commercial success.
The mindset of us, we wanted to respect and envy our peers, but to be the king of New York, you got to sell, nigga.
So
you can't to be the king, you gotta sell, nigga.
Wait.
You gotta be the most authentic nigga in the street. You gotta fucking be like that. You gotta have things, and you have to sell. You can't be the king of New York and your shit went 600,000, nigga.
So wait, Nas.
We ain't respecting that.
Jay's album was better than Nas' album.
I'm calling it a tie. You're not gonna fucking do it.
All right,
I'm calling it a tie.
You calling it a tie?
I'm calling it a tie. Nas's album, I'm giving him the credit of change. Right? I'm giving Illmatic the credit of changing hip hop. The way I see hip hop is like
Illmatic
this. It started
invented bootlegging. You know that, right?
Listen.
Invented bootlegging.
Hear me out on hip hop. You're gonna feel me on this. This is my opinion on hip hop. The hip hop started. You had like your Grandmaster Flashes, your Curtis Blows and everything. Cold Crush Brothers. That whole era, they was popping. Then Running Them came out with Suck MCs.
Queens, yeah.
Running Them came out with Suck MCs, and that shit was different. It was a different record than what they was doing.
Because I wanted to have this conversation.
Now, was different.
Because this is some Bronx Queens nigga shit, and I want to have this conversation with you.
All day.
All right.
Matter of fact, play Rising to the Top. All you Harlem and Bronx niggas, Rising to the Top by Kenny Burke is a...
Yo, I still listen to that shit. 50 Cent sampled it on Raising Canaan. That shit is rising to the top. Mary J's done samples to it. Oh man, come on, man. Kenny Burke killed that fucking track.
Queens, fucking
Uptown
record,
stole it,
nigga.
Uptown stole it.
Period.
Uptown stole it. Yes. I got a question for you.
Hey, Kev, I can't answer right now.
Hold on, Gotti. Did Run DMC steal everything that they did from the Cold Crush Brothers? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no, because Sucker MCs does not sound like anything from the Cold Crush.
Now I'm gonna tell you what it is. You want me to tell you why it is?
You telling me Sucker MC sounds like
Yeah.
that?
Action. Who the girl that made Action?
What's this?
The girl.
All right, go ahead.
Cold Crush Brothers use that for every fucking routine. Every routine they used Action. Now I'm gonna take you further. Hold on, Gotti. I've been wanting to have this.
You're never gonna win. Everyone, pull up the records. All you guys, pull up the records and tell me if Sucker MC sounds like anything that the Cold Crush
does.
does.
Something. Russell executive produced that record. He used the same band to play on the Run DMC. I've studied this.
Suck MCs was all drums. It was no band.
No. The record he
Suck MCs was a kick, a snare, and some fucking percussion.
Did Action go? Is that Action?
That's fine. What lyrically? Hold it. Lyrically, what was the Cold Crush spitting? They wasn't spit 2 years ago.
No. Wait.
They wasn't doing that.
DMC is an exact carbon copy of
I'm talking about Run. Suck MCs. Hold on. Suck MCs was Run.
Wait, no. Let me finish. DMC. Let me do a disclaimer. My nigga, I love you.
I love DMC.
I want DMC. I love you, Russell. Listen, that Suck MCs changed my life. I want to say this right.
Come on,
I want to
nigga.
say this right. But wait a minute. I just want to say, and I'm gonna go on personal conversation with Run. Because I've been wanting to have this talk. Wait.
Run could have borrowed. Everyone borrows from dude.
No.
But yo,
Look. No, wait. DMC and JDL. All that, and all that deep voice is JDL from the Cold Crush Brothers. Wait a minute. Now, when I spoke to Run, and he said it respectfully, he told Jam Master, that Charlie Chase over there, you gotta be exact. You gotta have it down pat like him. That big beat.
All borrow from each other.
I want to be
Flex,
specific. That big beat that he cut in Funhouse. Rest in peace, JJ. I love you, my brother.
Jay.
Rest in peace. That was the Cold Crush Brothers, bro. That's all I'm at. I'm at. You know what I'm at.
I don't agree.
You just
Agree
like
to
here,
disagree.
rising top, rising to the top. I understand.
Queens.
Yes.
Grand
Yeah.
Master
Vic. But you know what? Look at your expression. You know why you feel
Master
like
Vic.
that?
And it gotta be dirty on the bass line, but it gotta be.
Wait,
It
Gotti,
gotta be like that too,
Am I
nigga.
always the one?
-4 too. Slow it down, nigga.
Wait, Gotti, am I always the one when I throw that record on? I shout out Master Vic.
As you should.
Right? Now what? And you know why you feel that way? Because you feel like Harlem Ran, right? You feel like Harlem Ran.
Me and Diddy have this argument.
felt like
to this
Harlem
day.
Ran with it, right?
Diddy still says like, yo, it's Harlem Ran. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, yo.
Nah, it's a straight Queens record, man. Nah. I'm with Irv on this one. Buffy bugging. Eddie Burke, that's a straight Queens record. Oof. And then the 50 Cent shit, make money, make money. And shit hits the fan, will take money. Oof. Damn.
Get you tight, right? That you feel Harlem Ran with it.
I'm here.
You saw Gotti's energy, right? He was like,
If you say,
I agree with you.
I'll give you that. Maybe they borrow, but Suck MCs is a different record, and it changed hip-hop.
I agree.
All
I
right.
agree.
So after Run DMC, let me get back to Nas. So after Run DMC,
Russell, you need to mention
you
that.
had
Cold Crush
Houdini
Brothers.
and all of them, and that vibe, and hip hop was going one way, and then this nigga named Rakim
Change the game.
appeared with fucking I Came Through the Door, and it was like, who the fuck
is
is
that?
this nigga, right? And then with that era, you had your Kanes, your Cool G Raps.
Yo, quick story, Rakim, right? One time, my neighborhood, 175 in Walton, Townsend Ave, in the Bronx. We were chilling outside on Townsend Ave. There's a bodega. There was films. Get Rich or Die Trying was filmed out there. J-Lo's Made in Manhattan. Denzel and Russell, American Gangster. So they've done movies out there. So we chilling right there by the store one day, and this is slim, dark-skinned cat with the gold teeth, gold fronts. And when he smiled, you could just see in diamonds Rakim written across. You know, he was a cool dude. Like, you know, that this is before the camera era, before the cell phone eras. So, you know, he was just little kids running around, and he was just shitting out there, just, you know, with the OGs from Townsend Ave and shit. Cool dude from what I remember a long time ago. You know, his career, you know, was top lyricist at a certain point. Signed with Dre, it just couldn't take off the way we thought he would. But at the end of the day, Rakim is still a legend.
And everything like that. The West Coast start moving shortly after that with NWA and everything like that. And then after Rakim, I'm giving all of the kudos to my Queensbridge brother and to Nas, and with Illmatic, that he dropped an album that was so authentically crazy. And he took the baton from Eric B. Rakim, but he started talking about the block in a way that no one ever did. Right. And then with Nas came Biggie, came Jay, came all of that stuff.
I think Jay's first album is better than Big's first album. I really do.
I can see that, but Big's first album is retarded, man.
I really do.
Give me the loot. Give me motherfucking right. My pocket looking kind of tight. And I'm stressed. He was the king.
Yes.
He was the unequivocal, non-disputed king of fucking New York. He had the record sales. He had the lyrics. He had the fucking radio records. He had every fucking thing.
I do think he was king.
So that's why when you go back to was y'all, no, honestly, we wasn't thinking about Nas. Niggas was that big. We got to get what Big got.
In level.
Agreed. Biggie was top dog no matter what. People say Nas was top lyricist. Biggie was top dog.
But that's true.
I'm telling you the real.
Now here, let's describe the climate correct. You broke it down, but New York at the time, this is 95, 96?
Yeah.
New York was having a little issue in terms of acceptance.
Nah.
Wait, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Because we came out of the Wu era that was very raw, right?
I love Wu.
It was a very raw. And I did
RZA's
feel...
production, is so unique.
Because remember when Biggie went on the cover of The Source?
Yeah.
As King of New York?
Yes.
And I was 100% agreement in it. But you had, at the time, maybe because they weren't used to that, a lot of artists that it definitely made them feel funny, because he was actually holding a street crown, and he was holding a street crown, a radio crown, and a pop crown kind of at the same time.
Yo, that's the crown,
right? So
it's the fucking crown.
So, but the reason why I bring this up is because
everything.
The way we are talking about that time period now is a way that you felt, I felt. But it was a way that the public was super fronting on Big, because they was a little, and when I say public, meaning the music industry. The music industry at the time wasn't giving how you just said it now, which is the truth.
Right.
Niggas, they wasn't saying it like that.
I don't know. I always gave it up.
You did, but and that's to say, the reason why I'm even bringing that up is because that time period, was not just important, but when we say Nas didn't have the record sales, I agree with you.
He didn't.
But
he had the accolades, he had the respect, he had the 5 mics,
now,
he had all of that, but he didn't have it with sales.
But think about it.
That's why he got with Steve Stout.
But how could he? But even
yeah, Steve Stout took him to another level.
How could he
got hip.
Because look, Sony was not the master plan place.
No.
Right? And then you also had, who was his manager at the time? I don't think he had one. Maybe he did.
He didn't. No, he got with Stout after.
Yeah, he got with Stout to make it. But I judged those 2 records together because I feel like they were kind of in the same place at the time. They were both.
They wasn't though.
Well, they were fine. Well,
they was years apart.
Years, but Jay was independent.
Yeah.
Jay was like, this is my project. This is the dopest shit I'm gonna make. Here it is. And then I felt like Nas was like that.
Here's the thing too.
Nas might have had an edge. He was on a major.
Listen, here's the thing too. Listen, here's the thing too. Nas was rapping that drug shit, but honestly, in my humble opinion, No one talks that shit like Jay, because he was because he was
absolutely right. 100%. Jay-Z will tell you the same drug story 1,000 different ways, and it sounds fucking good. So Irv Gotti is picking facts there. When Jay rhymes about selling drugs, he can tell you the same shit 1,000 times over, and it's gonna sound different every time, and it's a hit every time.
really that guy. He was really that guy, and I don't want to go into depth though with it because he's in
without
such
giving
another,
up his business.
Without,
Without giving up his business.
He's in such another place, and he's evolved to this figure. But he was really that guy. He was really that guy, and when he became and that was the style of which he was going to start rapping. I don't think nobody.
No, absolutely.
I don't think
I'm
nobody.
I'm only at first album.
Time to separate the pros from the cons. Like you listen to that, yo, he's a monster, yo. I met Jay-Z. I met Jay-Z in London because we had the same management as Jazz. Yeah, so me, Jazz, and Jay-Z went to London. That's when I met him. I was 17. He was 18.
And what were you guys doing over there?
Jazz's album, Hawaiian Sophie. Wow. Yeah, we was doing that album. And
Hawaiian Sophie, one of the funniest shits you've ever seen. Jay-Z looked crazy in it. Jazz looked crazy. Jazzo. Yo, yeah, Hawaiian Sophie. Hey. But Nas said Hawaiian Sophie fame. That's how Jay-Z was first seen by basically hip hop heads.
And they flew me out because I didn't do.
I mean, he already had music out there, just didn't pop yet, and he was known for Hawaiian Sophie. And he was just in the video. He didn't really say much.
Shit, because they wanted him to be like, they wanted Jazz, this dude from Marcy. They wanted him to be like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. So they had me as the DJ. And
I love Jazz. I enjoy it. I love Jazz, the EP on EMI.
Big shout out to Jazz. You know, I got nothing but warm regards to Jazz.
I did not.
But what I'm saying,
I didn't like Jazz's energy. Keep it a buck.
Hey, listen.
Because
everyone has energy at certain times. They think and feel things.
I shouldn't talk.
You know, no. But listen. Jazz he stake a claim for my career. He introduced me. He had me on the road. He taught me how to make beats. He taught me to hit this button and that'll do this.
I love Jazz.
Yeah, I love Jazz. To this day, if I see him, I have nothing but great thoughts with Jazz. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. Like when we was in London, I clicked up with Jay. And Jay, in my honest opinion, I was like, this nigga is ridiculous. He's like a superstar, and his rhyming, everything. This nigga's different. I had the same feeling when I met X when he first rhymed in front of me, and his animation. And
you see him early.
I seen him early. I seen Jay early. I seen X early, and I seen Rule early.
I didn't understand Jay early. I didn't understand X.
I seen it. Like, come on, everyone wants to be what he's talking about, and he's really that motherfucker who's really living it and talking it. You understand? Like, he's really that guy. He really was a rich dude before the game. He really was Cristal. He really like most of the stuff that I knew about jewelry, about champagne, about the better life. Jay schooled me. I didn't know about. I'm a nigga from Hollis, Queens. I didn't really know. He like, nah, Gotti, fuck that mo. We gonna sip this Cristal. He even knew about like shit. He knew about chick shit.
That's true. Jay was popping the Cristal on the In My Lifetime Volume 2. No, I'm sorry, In My Lifetime tracks, not albums. And the tracks. He was on the yacht. They had nothing but Cristal. Where Puffy was on that Moet shit still, Dom Perignon and all that. So after Jay introduced it, Puffy ended up going to the Cristal, then Ja Rule, and the rest was history for Cristal.
Like what I mean, like if you notice Jay, he always he was talking about this,
which honestly I am not a fan of. I'm not a fan. Never was a fan. Didn't like it the first couple times I've tasted it, and wouldn't. I mean, I would taste it for YouTube purposes, but that's the most I would do. I don't think for that I would just buy the Ace of Spades. Again, Ace of Spades might cost $100 more, but tastes a lot more better.
6-inch Louis Vuittons before anyone was talking early. He's just a different guy.
He studies.
It's not that he's just a rare breed.
He does reference that on Imaginary Players, that he's the one who started that trend.
I'm telling you, he's a rare breed. He's one of one.
Now, when you used to like the Jay-Z's and the DMX's, and this time you're doing A&R and Def Jam.
Yeah.
And like, you're working for the label, but back then did the A&R get any overrides or any points on albums?
I was getting jerked.
Well, or was the game different?
I was getting jerked 100%.
But the game was different.
I was making $60,000 a year. Right, I didn't get I was making $60K a year, and I was on those 100 million albums or whatever that we talking about. I was making $60K.
But when you got your situation in there,
I was getting jerked. I didn't get a bonus. The only thing I got was a T&E. You know, they gave me a corporate card of T&E. And my man, I forgot who told me. They said, listen, how they judge T&E, your first year, you got to blow it out, because then they'll set what it is. So I blew out my card. I was at Mr. Chow's on 57th Street every night. You understand? I think I spent like $300,000. Then they set my T&E for like $250.
How important was Mike Kaiser?
Mike Kaiser
in the Def Jam.
First of all, Mike Kaiser's a scumbag. Nah, Mike Kaiser's my brother. And Mike Kaiser, the importance of Mike Kaiser in the building, I don't think Def Jam would have been what it was. If it wasn't for Mike Kaiser and people, there's a few other people, Gabby in the building. There was a few people like that's in the building that just they was the heart and soul of it. And Kaiser was putting in that work, getting these records spun, and he had and he's, you know, Mike Kaiser, yeah, Def Jam wouldn't have been, you know, and his.
Mike Kaiser's a big name in the hip hop industry, also with Def Jam.
Camaraderie with all of the artists, you know. It was fun.
Love him.
Yeah, we love Kai's. It was so crazy. We used to play Monopoly. We'd be in the office till 2 a.m. Like, he's part of an energy that people don't want to leave it. So it's like, when you fuck with Kai's, you're just in the office.
The Kai's.
When
I used to fill in for Red Alert, I said to be 90. I think Kai's was working
Tile Records, I think.
But he used to work me on me because he knew I would fill in.
Wow.
And I remember seeing him later on, and you know, Kai's always give you good advice too. He was the first one to tell me I hit that bomb sound.
And he'd say, yo, that was big.
But I was hitting, I had about 20 sounds I was fucking with. And we would hit different ones every.
Funk Master Flex with that fucking bomb. The most iconic sound effect in hip hop, all across hip hop, east to west, north to south, across the sea. The most iconic sound effect in hip hop is Funk Master Flex bomb.
Bomb when Kai's he like it's a, but I'm gonna be honest, that bomb shit, that's why everyone talks about it, because when you're in the radio, so you got to step outside yourself. When you're outside in the car and you're listening to you on the radio, and that bomb, the bomb, I don't know what effect you got on it, whatever. It sounds
Chris
crazy.
Mercado did it, I think.
He put an effect or something on it, because when it drops, it like resonates. It seems like it resonates throughout the whole city.
You know what I never noticed, Gotti? Which is what I noticed when I hit the button.
They still talk about that damn bomb, yo.
When I get ready to hit it, in my mind, I'll cut something up, I throw it to the beginning, and I'm listening, I'm like, because it's almost like the point of where I've reached it. Yo, I like this.
So you hit the fucking.
It took me a minute to figure it out. I was like, well, what am I?
Well, you.
And if I'm talking shit.
Listen, let me give Flex his kudos right now, to at least with me. You understand? And I was in 300, right? And I was like, you know, maybe I'm a dinosaur, right? So I was telling Kev and the whole staff at 300, what up, y'all? Great meeting today, right? So I was like, maybe I'm a dinosaur, but I need Flex to break all my records. Because there are things that you could do, and I'm like, yeah, but call me a dinosaur, because I've watched Flex like take records, and because if he goes on it, it's like, yo, the whole country has to follow. And I don't know, and I don't know any other DJ that had and has that much fucking power, yo.
I think sometimes the passion I think with,
Yo,
like,
you really
like the
feel
beginning,
your shit.
Yeah, if it's something I love it.
And you love it, you gonna go, and it's like you want everyone to know what this is about, and that yo, go on this, and it happens, and it's the crazy shit. But
Yeah, he's fucking right. He's right, man. Flex is the one to drop the bombs and put your shit out there. You gonna be good if he does. That shit happened with the Lumi D Never Leave, a chick out of nowhere. He started playing it on the radio. They started playing it at the clubs, and that single was on some next level shit.
I'm telling you, that bomb, you need to one time maybe go in your car and let someone else do what you do, or maybe you record it and go.
You know what's funny? When somebody else hits it, if Tat or Trip,
it's not the same.
It is, but I know they hit it at the point of what they like. So it's where they like something, they're gonna hit it. What I like, the part that I like, I hit it. So I do know the difference.
No, but Flex. You're obnoxious with the bomb, which is you understand. Let's call it what it is. You will, if you really love a record and you go on a record, and that's another thing with DJs. I don't know any other DJ that has the autonomy to do what you do.
They can, but they don't want to take a chance. But they can. They're allowed to. Anybody can take it. Let me tell you something. No matter what station you work for, you can take the record back to the beginning. It's if you choose to. Do you believe
Flex,
it?
You'll play a record for an hour. Like,
Well, that-
you know what I'm saying? With bombs. With bombs.
Sometimes they can't do that.
And let me tell you something. Every artist, when you do that, we're all envious. Like, I need to get him a record for him to do that. You understand? I need
How
a
many
record
people
to
think,
do that.
Gotti, how many people think I get paid to do that? People pay me to do that.
They probably all do. All of the artists, the thing. And I said, when they talk to me, I said, I never gave Flex $1. Not one
If I like the
fucking
record, I'm
dollar.
there.
I said, Flex is a music purist. Just give him the record. And I give him the story of Mike Geronimo.
My enemy.
I stand out there.
There's a kid.
I handed him the record. He played the record.
There was a kid, and I'm not gonna say his name. And he got a record. I played it in the last 3 months. And when I first met him, he was so fucking annoying that I was like, this nigga, like, you know, I don't like when niggas is on that, yo, you ain't hear about me yet?
No.
And I was like, kept on. Bro, now I ain't gotta hear about you. I'm done talking to you today.
Right.
So the record's floating around, and I hear the record, and I didn't know it's his. And I listened to it, and I'm like, damn, this record's hard. And then I looked at the name, and I was like,
I hate this shit. You still had it.
I went ham on the record.
You went ham because you love the record.
I love the record, but then I still keep my distance a little bit, but I love the record. And if you got a record I love, I'm there with you, bro. But
I try and tell people.
and I don't have that. I don't have too many of those issues.
I try and tell
normally.
people when they ask me about, because most people know me and you is close, and we have a good friendship. And I'm just like, yo, they like, yo, you gave him a bag. I'm telling like, what?
Now, Irv Gotti.
First of all, I don't
you just
even know
said
how
friendship.
to give bags. You understand?
You just said friendship, right?
Absolutely.
And I want to ask you something.
All right. I'm going to cut her off here, and I'm going to drop a second video with the final 6 minutes. It's a different topic. So I'm going to end this right here as we go along. I want to thank you for joining me. Catch part 2 of this. Peace.